Whatever the doomsters may say about Britain after March the 29th, there will still be Mars bars. Let's get this thing done. We've got an oven-ready deal. Put it in the microwave as soon as we get back on after the election on Friday, on the 12th of December. We have a deal. We have a great deal. It's ready to go. Just add water.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel with some more Football Manager 2020 Project Manchester. If you guys are enjoying the series and enjoying these styles of videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. That is the red one down there, and also click on the bell next to it so that you're notified when I upload next. Also, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like as well, and it'll help a lot in supporting this channel. So moving on, we are now deep into the season and we're hitting our first and only mid-season transfer window, and that is January. And of course we purchased Morelos last time out from Rangers for a fee around $42 million actually, because this game is in dollars. And we also get a loan offer from Dijon Mustard FC for Fosu Mensah. Yeah, Dijon FC, I don't know what the team name is officially. I just call him Dijon Mustard because, yeah, mustard. Moving on, we see that Greenwood wins the Goal of the Month award, although he did miss out on the Young Players award for the month. Paul Pogba was a close third as well. And here is the big news. By the end of this year, Brexit deals will be completed, and from Thursday, December 31st, 2020, British leagues with registered squads will use a 17 foreign player limit. A new work permit system will apply to foreign players signing for a new club in the United Kingdom. Players homegrown in nation will not need to be registered. European Union players already playing in these nations will be given special status to allow them to be treated as non-foreign and will not require any work permit. As part of the breakaway, players from Ireland will now be will now be classed as foreigners. I am as flabbergasted as the rest of you that I cannot read that final statement, but so by the end of the year we need to deal with that, but at the moment we have to try and put Manchester United back on the perch of the Premier League and in global European football. So heading on into our first match against Bournemouth, and this is our trusty side that we're going to put forth. David De Gea in goal, Tagliafico, Maguire, Tuanzebe, and Puigdemont in the back, McTominay, Pogba, and Bruno in the middle to dominate the midfield and orchestrate some good passes to the forwards, who are Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, and Anthony Martial. Of course, I have Morelos on the bench as well, ready to jump into the game and also get a debut in the Premier League. Now, this is a must-win game against Bournemouth, who are much lower in the league, but of course, a lower league team is also very dangerous, so I'm hoping for a good result here. Halftime arrives and nothing much happens in the first half. A dominant game, but a 0-0 draw is not enough against a team like Bournemouth, so I tell the boys that they need to improve in the second half and to show me something else. And this is where spark occurs, and Martial's drive into the box results in a VAR check of a penalty, and we receive one. Of course, this being, I don't know how many penalties we've had in the season, but Martial slots it home to give us the lead 1-0 in the 55th minute. I mean, this is a great start for the second half, but of course, as you know me, I want to expand on the lead. Maybe a 2-0 goal line score would be a score line. There we go. What am I saying? Score line would be perfect. Now, we're trying to make some changes considering January is also a very heavy month full of games. Decide to bring on Fred to give other players a rest. Another opportunity comes striking. Wan-Bissaka is on as well. I think I pulled Puigdemont off to give him a rest and give Wan-Bissaka some game time so that he can, improve his match fitness. Great ball in from Greenwood to find Martial, who's open right in front of goal, and he taps a header straight into the back of the net. Great ball from Mason Greenwood, who dominates the right-hand side. But of course, This goal is crucial in extending the lead and also trying to solidify a victory. So, final minutes of the game, I decided to give Morelos his debut, bringing off Marcus Rashford, who's been struggling and playing just average football. So, to give him a rest for future matches, I decided to bring Morelos on and push Martial out left, but nothing much happens. 2-0 victory, which is decent enough, but we just need to keep winning. So I passionately tell them that this is the style of football we need to play, and this sees us at top of the league. But of course, there are other teams that still need to play games, like Arsenal, and I believe Liverpool still have games to play, and pretty much the top four is still up in the air. Eric Bailly slowly comes back to match fitness. He is slowly recuperating from his long-term injury. Tagliafico and Brandon Williams are the only real worry in the squad, but they can easily play. Brandon Williams is, of course, not a primary member of the squad just yet, so we will nurse him as he goes. So this is our FA Cup match against Cheltenham, of course a League 2 side, but we also field our B team. Van de Beek is a star player in the middle, Diogo Jota on the left, and Juan Mata on the right. And I'll give Morelos his debut start in the FA Cup. I also wanted to see more of Fosu Mensah, so I bring him on in right back, giving Pujmal and Wan-Bissaka some time off. But of course, I will introduce them later on in the game. Now, FA Cup is a very dangerous, competition. Big league sides could lose out to lower league sides. We've already experienced that once with Middlesbrough, I believe, in the Carabao Cup. So this one is a must-win. Despite being a League 2 side, I was hoping that our quality of players could see us through, as Diogo Jota comes in for Marcus Rashford for this match and scores the opening goal within the first couple minutes of the game. Now we still have dominant possession in the first half as we try to find a way through the Cheltenham defense, weaving and finding Diogo Jota, who tries to knock in a pass, and Juan Mata on the other side of the field gets a header in for another goal, making the game a 2-0 lead for Manchester United. So it's a beautiful passage of play from the players, a great header from Juan Mata to give us a double in the lead. So another opportunity comes begging in the first half, just before the 20th minute mark here. Just after about a third of the first half, Fred finds a nice ball, but it's an own goal. A beautiful strike from, I don't know who made the shot there. I know Fred was the one with the ball. Finds a nice pass in. Oh, it is Morelos on his debut start. Finds the post and the crossbar, I believe. And the defender unluckily clears the ball into the back of the net. Morelos actually gets a goal here just before halftime, but VAR deems it an offside call. As you can see here, very tight, just strays offside there. Makes the run a little too early, and the goal is disallowed. 3-0 at the halftime mark. We are dominant in the game. Cheltenham have never really taken a shot, nor a shot on target, so we want to keep it that way, but also extending the lead a little more. So moving on, second half comes around, and we get another goal from Bruno Fernandes, making it 4-0 for Man United. 51st minute, and now I'm thinking it's time to rest some players. Great ball in, found by Jones, who is playing to see if he can play at the level of Man United, but I think he will move on later on in the season. Making some changes now to rest players and to swap weak players. I think about pulling Fosu Mensah off because he is very low on match fitness and his condition was dropping pretty quickly, but instead I decided to leave him on and bring off Bruno Fernandes. And then I noticed that Wan-Bissaka and Fosu Mensah were actually not swapped. I wanted to play Fosu Mensah at CDM, but Wan-Bissaka was playing there for a while, so I make that adjustment after that, and Juan Mata came on for a moment, about 10 minutes. 4-0 strong victory against Cheltenham sees us move on in the FA Cup, and I'm pretty satisfied with this result, and it is showing some positive vibes towards winning the FA Cup, hopefully. Our goal at the end is to reach the FA Cup semi-final or the final, I believe. So in order to achieve that, we need to show strong results. Leicester City is our next opponent in the FA Cup. Of course, a Premier League side means it's going to be a difficult one, but nonetheless, we could beat Leicester City if we concentrate hard enough. Anthony Martial is named in the Team of the Week, and here comes the sad news of the episode where Odion Igalo is unhappy with his playing time and he would like to terminate his loan. So I decided to let him leave, as we did bring in Morelos, who is a solid striker. So we say goodbye to Odion Igalo as I terminate the loan and send him back to China to his respective club. And that is the end of the road for Odion Igalo at Manchester United. Nicolas Tagliafico is still injured. Well, he is kind of nursing a minor injury here and there, so we need to make sure that maybe he needs a longer rest. Who knows? But we'll see as the games go by. These are crucial fixtures, so I think I'm going to risk Tagliafico for the next couple of games, maybe for the next month as well, but we'll see how it goes. Now we play Sheffield United, switching things around a little. Tagliafico and Wan-Bissaka on the right back and left back positions. Maguire and Tuanzebe to finish off the defense. Couple changes in the attacking side. Diogo Jota and Juan Mata coming in for Mason Greenwood and Marcus Rashford, trying to see if they can spark a difference in this Sheffield United game. Positive start from Manchester United in this one. Juan Mata with a great free kick, and a VAR calls for a penalty again that Martial takes. And this time to the bottom left-hand corner to score the penalty to give us the 1-0 lead in the first 12th minute of the game. Moving on, Sheffield United coming back with a strong attack, getting a good amount of possession, but we dispossess them and launch a quick counterattack. But no, Pogba tries to pass it back to David De Gea, who doesn't get to the ball quickly enough because the striker is ready to pounce on any mistake, and that mistake costs us the lead, and they equalize to make it 1-1. Halftime arrives and we are stuck at a 1-1 stalemate. I am kind of anxious at this point because we need to win this game to keep pressure on the top 4 positions, and I'm trying to see if I can spark something out of the lads here. And I decide to make a change because Juan Mata is slightly injured, so Marcus Rashford comes on, pushing Diogo Jota to the right wing position. Diogo Jota here is a star player for this match because he is sparking a lot of attacks here. Pogba finds the top right hand corner with a beautiful strike to give us the 2-1 lead in the 52nd minute. Diogo Jota does very well to find Pogba on the other side of the field, and he lets one crack into the back of the net. Moving on, it's about the 75th minute, so I decide to make a couple more changes. I see Morelos willing to give this a shot, so I give him a chance in the final 15 or so minutes, and I also bring in Van de Beek. But as I make these changes, there's a goal to be reported about. Is that Pogba? Yeah, it is. Pogba scores a beautiful goal from the free kick. I don't know if it's as beautiful as his first, but it's an easy tap in front of goal as the goalkeeper finds himself dragged wide by the reception of the ball by Harry Maguire, I believe. And we get a 3-1 lead. A set-piece attempt from Sheffield United is fumbled, and we launch a quick counter-attack. Diogo Jota finds Morelos, and Morelos finally scores his first goal of the Premier League as a substitute. Super sub moment here. Diogo Jota does well, and you can see how many Man United players are running into the box, and Morelos did very well to find the left-hand side of the goal to slot that in. High press from us in the final moments of the game sees another error, and Van de Beek lets one crack, and it's an easy goal into the bottom left-hand corner, and this is getting out of hand now. It's 4 or 5-1 now, and it's insane scoreline against Sheffield United. It's definitely good for a goal difference, but it's also good for our confidence as we start to win games. Now we do win the game 5-1 against Sheffield United, a dominant showing from Man United. Paul Pogba winning Paul Pogba winning man of the match. Great showing from the boys, and it's putting pressure on other top 4 teams. As you can see, we lead the table again with 22 games played, but of course other teams have games to play. Jesse Lingard is also slowly getting worried about his position in the team, so I tell him that it is about time that he leaves. So we tried to find him another club during this transfer window. Scott McTominay has the flu. It's kind of a minor setback, so we move on. Paul Pogba, Maguire, and I think Martial win a Team of the Week accolades, and that's good to see. Moving on to our next match, it's against Leicester, and we know Leicester is our opponent in the FA Cup, so I tried to see how things go. But if you look at the table, we drop down to third as Chelsea and Arsenal play their games at hands. Although Chelsea is leading by 23 played games and we only have 22. This is our 23rd. So we're hoping to win this one to put pressure on Chelsea as well. We're going for a flat midfield lineup. Fred in for McTominay, who has the flu. Pujmal coming in as well in the midfield for Bruno, who's getting some rest. Wan-Bissaka comes back in at right back. Lindelof in the middle for Tuanzebe. And the rest is pretty straightforward. I also bring in Morelos at striker because he had a stunning performance as a substitute last time out, and I'm hoping that he can make an impact in this match as well. Strong start, and it's 5 minutes past, and Wan-Bissaka sprints forward, but drags it back, finds Pogba, who... Oh, is this a goal? I think it is, because it's straight through, and is that Morelos? I don't know. I think that might have been Rashford. No, Rashford was offside, and it's the VAR call that catches that. It's a great passage of play, but unlucky that Rashford was not onside to complete the move. 23rd minute, and we find Greenwood with the ball out in the right flank, and he finds Morelos, who gets the goal in the 23rd minute to give us the 1-0 lead. Great ball from Greenwood. His first pass was fumbled, but he does well to recover, find the cross that finds Morelos very well, and Morelos finds the goal. First half is over, and we lead with statistics, but we also lead goal-wise 1-0, and I'm hoping that we can solidify this lead, hopefully get a couple more goals and get this win. But in the 80th minute, I make final changes to give other players a rest. Van de Beek on Juan Mata and Eric Bailly, who is finally coming back to the team, and I'm hoping something happens.
Gray goes for goal! Oh, goodness me! What a fantastic hit!
Yeah, something did happen, but it was for the other team. Just as the game was about to be called, in the 93rd minute, Vardy finds a nice through ball for Demarai Gray, who just slots it past David De Gea. And I'm trying to see, it is, of course, Eric Bailly, who is not match fit enough, who fumbles the defending on Demarai Gray. Well, the game ends with a 1-1 draw, and I'm hoping that this is not what we show in the FA Cup. So I tell everyone that it's a bit of a let-off, and I'm hoping that it sparks a response in this next game against Liverpool. Of course, we had that stunning win against Liverpool last time out, and of course, Liverpool do have games in hand against us, so we need to win this to make sure that Liverpool does not go beyond us on the table. So I'm bringing out the strongest side I could think, the usual, and I'm hoping for a response from the players compared to the one we had in Leicester. First half was pretty strong until Mason Greenwood had a slight injury, so I decided to bring Juan Mata on instead, trying to see if he can spark some kind of creativity in the middle after the first 30 minutes, but nothing much comes of it as it is 0-0 at halftime. We have 3 players booked for yellow cards, but I'm not going to complain if they're fighting for the win. So I'm trying to make sure that they're calm and passionate about the game. So I try to spark some changes in the minds of the players. 56 minutes passed, but nothing much happened, so I decided to bring on Diogo Jota for Rashford, and I also bring on Van de Beek in the middle instead of Bruno Fernandes, but the game ends with a 0-0 draw, and it is quite dissatisfying. I give them a pep talk that they were actually unlucky today, and that if conditions were different, we would have won that. And you can see here that with 24 games played, other teams only have 22. In the Arsenal and Liverpool actually only have 22, and it is not looking good. Bruised ankle, Mason Greenwood, 1 to 2 days. It's not a big deal because he's right back up to fitness in a couple days to face Leicester in the FA Cup. And of course, after our tie, we hope to spark something new among the players.
We have a game to play, we have to go with balls, with courage, with good feelings, being positive, being friends, being family. That's the most important thing in life and in football. Let's go together, boys, come on!
So I try to spark something new in the boys, and I bring in different names as well. Fred and Van de Beek in the middle instead of Bruno Fernandes and Scott McTominay. Also up top, instead of Martial, I bring in Morelos, and instead of Greenwood, who is slightly injured, I bring on Juan Mata. So I'm hoping that this shift can bring us a win in the FA Cup. Now about 18 minutes in, or 16 minutes in, sorry, Pogba gets an injury, so I bring on Bruno Fernandes. But nothing much happens in the first half, so I need to spark something among them.
You have to mark, you have to compete, you have to use your body. We need more initiative, we need more spirit, we need more competitiveness, we need more desire. We need to press them. And every time we make a pass like that, there is not people that goes to win the second ball.
So I'm hoping that sparks something new in the boys, and at halftime I decided to bring on another change, Pujmal on for Wan-Bissaka, who is jaded and has a yellow card. 70 minutes in, and I bring on Diogo Jota instead of Juan Mata, but the game is drawn at 0-0, and it is bad because it means we need a replay later on in this calendar year. That only worsens the conditions of the players as they have to play another 92, maybe 120 minutes. Who knows? So we try to find out who our next opponent is after our tie with Leicester, and it turns out to be either Huddersfield or Brighton. And we also find out that transfer deadline day is today, and we take part in the media frenzy. So at the end of January, we find ourselves in 3rd in the British Premier League. As you can see, we play 24 games. Chelsea also 24 games, but Arsenal and Liverpool only have 23 and 22 games played respectively. And they are very tight behind us or in front of us. Arsenal with 53 points, and they are ahead, so we have to try to catch up as fast as possible. Liverpool also have the opportunity to overtake us and Chelsea, so we're hoping that the next month will bring us good results to extend our lead in the Premier League. We also have Europa League games against Lazio, and then also the FA Cup fixture against Leicester that we hope to win next time. So thank you guys for watching. Stay behind because I think I have a clip for next time.
Martial is isolated. Skirtle here. Oh, yeah!